gentlemen, on-road user again, and the best paid at the BBC story on Guido Fawkes. New BBC pay figures out. Gary Lineker, Mr. Chris Packett, he's well over $1 million annually, I think these figures are. It's he's approaching 2 million, and that's just from BBC TV licence fee payers, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think that includes what he earns. Well, earns. So I say earns kind of loosely from selling crisps. Chris Evans, don't know what the hell he does these days, because Top Gear went down like net bag of shite. So I guess he's just doing radio work. He's on over $1.5 million. Graham Norton is, oh dear me, he's not doing very well, is he? 600,000 to 600 and almost 610,000 annually. Mind you, he does have in reserve his newspaper column. It's the Daily Telegraph, isn't it? Yeah, that's right, Daily Telegraph. Dear Graham Norton, my daughter's spirits have slumped since her wedding. Oh dear. Dear Graham Norton, how can I dissuade my wife from her clandestine Botox? Oh dear. Dear Graham Norton, the aging process is making me feel morose ahead of whatever. I'm just reading off the Google searches. I'm not actually reading the stories. Here we are. Dear Graham Norton, I fear something's afoot between my expat hubby and his scuba buddy. Oh dear me, it's all going on there, isn't it? So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. So goodness only knows what he gets paid by the Telegraph. But don't you worry none, because that's extracurricular to his salary that mugs who pay for a BBC TV licence are giving him. Who else have we got here? Number 4, Steve Wright. Who's he? What does he do? 550,000 to 500 and almost 560,000. Huw Edwards. Now I've heard of him. Yakida boyo. He reads the news, doesn't he? Or he used to, when I had a TV licence over 12 years ago. He's on 520 to 500 and almost 530,000 per annum. Jeremy Vine, he used to be on News Shite, I don't know whether he still is. 440,000 to almost 450,000 per annum. And we've got a couple of equals here. Joint 7, Nicky Campbell, whoever he is, and Alan Shearer, 410,000 to 400 and almost 420,000. Joint number 9s, we've got 4 of them. John Humphrys, Nick Grimshaw, who's he, Stephen Nolan, never heard of him either. Andrew Marr, dear me, I thought old Andrew Marr would be on a significantly higher salary than 400,000 to almost 410,000 per annum, but there we are. These are the official BBC figures, ladies and gentlemen. So unless they're pulling the wool over our eyes, I would suggest that they're probably accurate. And interestingly, Guido Fawkes comments in red at the bottom of this piece. And if you don't want to pay their wages, you end up in court. Yeah, sounds about right. What a fantastic way to fund a broadcaster, because let's face it, that's all they are. They don't, in my opinion, they don't do anything better than, say, for example, ITV or Sky or Channel 5 or Channel 4 or, you name it, right? And yet people come along and comment on some of my YouTube videos about the BBC, and they'll make sweeping statements like, the BBC is the best broadcaster in the world, and how dare you, meaning me, how dare I call the British Broadcasting Corporation the 2-bit Broadcasting Corporation. Well, I'm going to tell you guys, right, because I don't know whether you guys, meaning these pro-BBC loons, right, I don't know whether they're dragged in for BBC brainwashing on a weekly or monthly basis, but it seems to be working with them, because they are just so, the BBC are the bastions of British broadcasting, and we are the best, and we are loved, and, everything's fantastic, right? Well, okay, I'll concede that point with you, people, if you put your money where your mouth is, right? Give people a genuine choice, okay? And the way that you do that is you take on a subscription via encryption funding method, and then people can come along and say, yes, I want to watch BBC content, so therefore I'm going to pay for it. Nobody's going to come round threatening me at the door. Nobody's going to send me threatening letters. You're not going to threaten people with court action and search warrants and search warrants. What's that about? A broadcaster wants to come into your home, invade your private space, right? Because you might, just might, be watching live television or BBC iPlayer, right? What's that about? That is so, the dinosaurs became extinct, and it wasn't their fault, right? But the BBC are slowly but surely becoming extinct, and it is their fault, because they will not just wake up to the 21st century. They're still stuck back in the 1940s and 50s. You must pay the BBC, because we are self-entitled and we deserve it, and all this cobblers, right? You don't. Get over yourselves, BBC, right? For me, you're no different to ITV or Sky or whoever, right? In fact, if you were subscription via encryption, you wouldn't get around. Well, you don't get around coin out to me now. So if you were subscription via encryption, you still wouldn't get around coin. But what it would mean was that people like me could go and watch ITV, Channel 4, Sky, Channel 5, whatever, right, with impunity, because the law would be changed, and there would be no more TV license. If you want to watch the BBC, you pay the subscription and it's all unscrambled for you via a viewing card and a set-top box, right? That's the way to go, surely, in a fair, balanced society, right? They don't have any of this carry on in America, right? You know, and people say, oh well, American TV is rubbish compared to the BBC. Well, if that's the case, how come the BBC over the decades have shown American TV output? If it's so bad, right, why do the BBC show it? I bet they still show American TV output today. I don't know that for a fact because I haven't got a licence to watch this guff. But I'm willing to bet that the BBC, that's somewhere on some BBC channel, are still showing American-made content to this day. And yet, you get people who are pro-BBC coming onto my channel saying that American TV is rubbish and, we're the BBC and, it's rubbish, right? Absolutely unbelievable. Like I say, come back here, do they get dragged in for brainwashing every week or every month? I'm not sure which one it is, but it must be fairly regular because these guys are just, I bet if you cut them in half, they'd have BBC written all the way through them like a stick of rock. Unbelievable. Anyway, so there we are, ladies and gentlemen. I think I've covered this, and if you're still paying for a BBC TV licence, I would strongly advise you to look at the schedules and go and calculate whether what you receive for your £150.50 per annum is actually value for money. Go and have a think about that one. And if you don't think it is, you can always give them a call and cancel. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the like button. Click the dislike button. And I'll catch you all next time. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Bye now.